Hello, Bucs fans. Adam Slivon here. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Top 10 Takeaways video. The Bucs went out on Monday night, looking to showcase some NFC supremacy, playing the Lions in Detroit. Unfortunately, the team fell flat, losing 24-9. What was even more unfortunate than that was seeing the loss of wide receiver Mike Evans. He suffered a broken collarbone that's going to keep him out for most of the regular season. In this video, I want to dive deeper a little bit into Tampa Bay's last game and where things stand heading into Week 8 and beyond. Let's start off with number 1. The Bucs entered Ford Field, failing to match the Lions' energy from the start. Detroit came, saw, and conquered a Tampa Bay team that looked like a shell of what they have been in previous weeks. It did not help that the defense allowed an easy touchdown drive, and then the offense failed to respond. Number 2. The offense being able to get any points on the board until halftime was the most disappointing aspect of this game. Quarterback Baker Mayfield, he struggled throughout, completing just 56% of his passes and then just blatantly missing open guys. Then in the pocket, he panicked and did not look like someone mentioned as the MVP frontrunner. Reflecting a little bit further on this game, the offensive line did not do him any favors either. You saw center Graham Barton getting manhandled by defensive tackle Lee McNeil, and the pocket closing in contributed to his errant throws. Number 3. Pewter report broke the unfortunate news that wide receiver Mike Evans suffered a broken collarbone after he lunged forward on a deep pass from Mayfield. They were looking to get things going, but instead, Evans, he got carted off the field, and he's going to be missing a lot of time. A realistic return is Week 16 or Week 17, and that's just a tough blow on so many levels for the offense and really for the team itself. Number 4. Outside of Evans losing his chance at a record-setting 12 straight 1,000-yard season, it is a brutal blow to see the 32-year-old suffer this injury right after he returned to the lineup. Looking ahead, with Mike out indefinitely and Chris Godwin Jr. yet to do much, one worries about the future of the longtime duo. Emeka Egbuka now has a lot on his plate going forward, and the team will rely on Sterling Shepard and Tej Johnson even more. Number 5. Down from the start, offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard simply abandoned the run game. Rachaad White had 10 carries total, and 11 carries compared to 50 pass attempts by the offense. That's a lot of imbalance, and one wonders if Grizzard went to White or Tucker even just a little bit more, how it could have affected the game. Number 6. The silver linings in this one on offense were wide receiver Tej Johnson and tight end Cade Otton. Johnson is a 7th-round steal, while Otton is becoming a consistent target. He's yet another player who will continue to be heavily involved down the stretch. Number 7. The Bucs defense gave up plenty of chunk gains to wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown and running back Jahymr Gibbs. St. Brown remains unguardable, while Gibbs ripped off a 78-yard touchdown run and had multiple receptions of over 25 yards. There were simply no answers by Todd Bowles' defense in stopping either of them. Outside of that, number 8, Tampa Bay allowed just 24 points and did what they could to keep the team in the game. Outside linebacker Yaya Diaby, pictured here, forced a fumble that defensive tackle Elijah Roberts recovered. Diaby has 4 sacks this season, and in this game, the defense had 4 sacks. Then you saw cornerback Jamel Dean make a scene, recording his career-high 3rd interception of the season. Not all was lost by the unit, but soft pass coverage still came back to bite them. Number 9. I actually came away impressed with the pressure that they got on quarterback Jared Goff. As mentioned, those 4 sacks were huge, and they had 9 quarterback hits. One wonders, though, after seeing the loss of Haason Reddick, is the team going to add any pass rush help? Reddick looks to be out for a few weeks, and the trade deadline is getting ever closer. With this team in a window where they're a Super Bowl contender, they're one of the top teams in the conference, and they need to add somebody, add a mercenary to provide just a little bit more juice. And number 10. The Bucs now sit in an interesting spot entering Week 8. How are they going to respond after this and bounce back in New Orleans? The Saints are not a team to gloss over, even at 1-6, and how they play before the bye week is going to set the tone the rest of the way. So that's going to do it for my top 10 takeaways this week, but be sure to check out pewterreport.com as we will continue to have coverage, not just from the last game, but the next game. We're going to be previewing the Saints game pretty much every day up until Sunday. We'll also have our Pewter Report podcasts on Wednesday. On Thursday, our Pewter Insider on Friday. And then we're going to have our Pewter pregame show on Sunday morning to kick things off. When you're not doing all that, you can still check us out on X, Instagram, and Facebook at Pewter Report. To see my 10 takeaways and more of my analysis, you can also find me on X at Adam Lives On. I hope you enjoyed this video, providing my analysis on the Bucs' Week 7 loss over the Lions. What were your biggest takeaways? Should Tampa Bay make any moves with the big injuries at wide receiver and outside linebacker? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below, and I can't wait to see you soon for another Top 10 Takeaways.